of npr over 2r factorial is equal to n choose r. Before I do this question, let's just write down what n choose r is. We need to recall that n choose r is equal to n factorial over n choose r Alright, so I don't know why the screen got pitch blank. Alright, so we don't know what just happened, but let's continue. So what we're trying to show right now is we're trying to show that this is equal to this, but we know that n choose r, as we said, n choose r, that's just n factorial over, that's n factorial over r factorial times n minus r factorial. This is n choose r. All right, so that's what we're going to try to let that prove to be. So let's do that. So we're going to start with our left-hand side. Let's zoom in a little bit. So our left-hand side, we're starting with the left-hand side being 2r. So it's 2r permutes r multiplied by n permutes r over 2 factorial, 2r factorial. Okay, so what we do know is that this is going to be equivalent to, now 2r permute r, we're replacing n with 2r, so it's going to be 2r factorial divided by n minus r, so it's going to be 2r minus r. 2r minus r is r factorial times n permute r is going to be n factorial over n minus r factorial, and it is being divided by 2r factorial. Since it's being divided by 2r factorial, we can rewrite it as being multiplied by 1 over 2r factorial. 1 over 2r factorial. That's what division means. All right, and so in reality, this 2r factorial will cancel this 2r factorial. And so what we're left with is n factorial over r factorial times n minus r factorial. Nice and easy, soft. So that's what we're left with. All right, and remember, this is actually n choose r. So it is proven. All right, some people might want to write it in this form. It is indeed n choose r. All right, so soft. This question was too easy, and so you're right, soft. Nice. Now let's look at this part of the question. It says, determine the coefficient of, determine x cubed in this binomial expansion. So to determine the coefficient of x cubed in this binomial expansion, well, we need to determine the coefficient of x cubed. And so the coefficient of x cubed, it is going to be, all right, so let's do that. For the term with x cubed is going to be, we're choosing 2 of 5, and it's going to be 3x cubed times 2 squared. All right, this is for the x cubed term. So if you want to write it down right here, so tell them that this is finding out whatever is the x cubed term. All right, so that's the x cubed term. So what we're getting is, if you're to work this out, 5 choose 2, you're gonna get 5 choose 2 is 10. 5 choose 2 is 10. Then we have 3x cubed. 3 cubed is 27. So we'll get 27x cubed. And then after we get 27x cubed, 2 square is 4. So then 4 times 10 is 40. And so let's work out what is 10 times 27 times 4. Alright, so 10 times 27 times 4 is 1080. So we get 1080 x cubed. 1080 x cubed. Now remember what the question asks. You can't stop here. The question asks for the coefficient of x cubed. And so the coefficient of x cubed, is 1080. That's our conclusion. The coefficient of x cubed, well, the coefficient of x cubed term, let's rephrase it. Coefficient of the x cubed term is 1080. Nice and easy. So that completes question number 3. Moving right along, and we go to question 4. Question 4 says the function f is defined as f of x is the 6th root of 4x squared plus 4x plus 1, where x is between 1 and minus 1. Show that f of x is 1 plus 2x to the 1/3. So to attempt this question, we have to start with this. So first we have to start by saying, well, they gave us that f of x. They gave us that f of x is equal to, let's write it down. F of x is equal to 4x squared plus 4x plus 1. F of x is 4x squared plus 4x plus 1. All right, and we want the 6th root of that. And so that what that works out to be is 4x squared plus 4x plus 1. This can be rewritten as 2x plus 1 all square. That's 4x plus 1 all square. 2x plus 1 all square. Square rooted. Well, not square rooted to the 6th root. Now remember, by laws of indices, we can addition, first and foremost, addition is commutative. So we can reorder that as 1 plus 2x being squared. And if you have 1 plus 2x being squared, and then the 6th root can be written as raised to the 1/6 power, we can rewrite it like that. But then, by laws of indices, this is really 1 plus 2x to the 1/3 power, because it becomes 2 times 1/6 by laws of indices. So we get 1 plus 2x raised to the 1/3. Nice and easy, soft. And that's that. That's how we get f of x. So that's question 4, part A, I. Nice and easy. All right. So let's look at this. So it says now, the series expansion of 1 plus x to the k is given as 1 plus kx plus k times k minus 2x squared over 2 plus k times k minus 2x cubed over 3 plus k times k minus 1 times k minus 3 x to the 4 over 4 factorial. And it says determine the series expansion of f up to and including determine x to the 4. So let's do this question. To do this now, it wants the series expansion up to determine x to the 4. But in this case, all we're going to do is replace x with 2x and k with 1 over 3. That's all we're going to do. All right. So all we're going to rewrite then and say determine the series expansion for f of x. So in this case, f of x is going to be equal to, it's equal to 1 plus kx. Kx is going to be, k is 1 over 3, x is 2x. So it's 1 over 3 times 2x plus k times k minus 1. K is 1 over 3. And so k minus 1 is going to be 1 over 3 minus 1. So you work that out. 1 over 3 minus 1. That's minus 2 over 3. It's really sad that I just used the calculator to do that. That's really sad. Times x squared. But x squared is really 2x squared. And it's all being divided by 2 factorial. 2 factorial is 2 plus, that's going to be k times k minus 1 times k minus 2, which is going to be 1 over 3 times 1 minus 1 k, 1 over 3 minus 1 is minus 2 over 3. And then minus 1 again is going to be minus 5 over 3. X cubed over 3 factorial. And 3 factorial is going to be 6 plus k times k minus 1 times k minus 2 times k minus 3. That's going to be 1 over 3 times, that's going to be minus 2 over 3 times minus 5 over 3 times minus 8 over 3. And my apologies, I put x cubed and this should have been 2x all cubed. I'm giving it away. Giving it away. This is 2x all cubed. This is minus 8 over 3. And all of this is being multiplied by 2x to the 4th power divided by 4 factorial, and 4 factorial is 24. So let's go ahead and simplify this. I know it doesn't look pretty, but won't simplify it, it will. So f of x is actually equal to 1. Now 1 over 3 times 2x is just plus 2 over 3x. So all we need to do is simplify this side now. Now we're going to have 1 over 3 times minus 2 over 3 times 2 squared divided by 2, that's minus 4 over 9. So this is minus 4 over 9x squared. Minus 4 over 9x squared. And let's work out this part now. We have 1 over 3 times minus 2 over 3 times minus 5 over 3 times 2 cubed divided by 6. And that's 40 over 81. So you get plus 40 over 81 x cubed plus 40 over 81 x cubed. Then finally we work out this last part now, which is 1 over 3 times minus 2 over 3 times minus 5 over 3 times minus 8 over 3 times 2 raised to the fourth power divided by 24, and that's minus 160 over 243 minus 160 over 243 x to the 4. And that's the final answer. Alright, I know it doesn't look pretty, make it too pretty. Let me see if I can not put this 24 so close to the final answer. This is the final answer for f of x. Alright, that's the final answer. Now it says, hence approximate f of 0.4 correct to 2 decimal places. Hence approximate f of 0.4 correct to 2 decimal places. So that means f of 0.4 is going to be f of 0.4, we're going to replace x with 0.4. That's going to be f of, putting in 0.4, we're going to get 1 plus 2 over 3 times 0.4 minus 4 over 9 times 0.4 minus 2 over 3 times 0.4 times 4 over 9 times 0.4 squared plus 40 over 81 times 0.4 cubed minus 160 over 243 over 0.4 to the 4. F of 0.4 is equal to, we put in 0.4 now in our calculator, find out what we get, 1 plus 2 over 3 times 0.4 minus 4 over 9 times 0.4 squared plus 40 over 81 times 0.4 cubed minus 160 over 243 times 0.4 raised to the fourth power, and I'm getting 1.21. So I got 1.21. 1.21. That's what I got. Now, just to check if our answer is correct, what I'm going to do is plug in f of 0.4 here just to check if we're good. So this is just a check to see if the two answers are close. If they're close, then I know we didn't make any error. It's good to do a check. So you do a check and you find out what is f of 0.4 around here. F of 0.4 is going to be equal to, doing the check around here, it's going to be 1 plus 2 times 0.4 2 times 0.4, and all of this is raised to the 1/3. So this is just a check. So you do this check to see what you get, which is 1 plus 2 times 0.4, and you raise this to the 1/3, I get 1.22. So now I notice that I get 1.22, and this is pretty much close right here. So I know we didn't make any mistake. So Gucci our nice, soft. We may continue. All right. Now